Hey everyone, hey, how's it going? Hey, real quick, or it might not be real quick, who knows? Me and Jackie, we've been talking for a little bit about some of the things that we made changes in our, basically in our lifestyle, the way we eat. And some of you, some of the members here at the gym, some of you know about that, some of you heard us talk about it. We've even given you suggestions on some of the meal plans that we do, and some of you have seen some of the posts we've made. But we wanted to really kind of talk about how we got into that and why, and and basically to give you a little history about me. You know, I've I've always said that you got to have your meats and your proteins, which is the animal products, the meats. You got to have those. Um, you know, for me, it was 4 to 5 eggs in the morning. Um, sometimes that was with a bowl of oatmeal, and then of course my other meals through the day, whether I had chicken or, steak or fish, whatever it was, I always had it all day long. And basically, when in the past, we'll take, go all the way back when I was like 19 years old, I had the Arnold Encyclopedia, to me, the Bible of bodybuilding. And, I studied that book, read that book, wanted to know everything in it, all the workouts, everything I could learn about bodybuilding and shaping your body and just changing each muscle that you had on your body. And, and of course that went for me, powerlifting, of course, all the, martial arts stuff I did back then, the Krav Maga, and then of course getting into jiu-jitsu, all that different stuff, as time went on. But here's the thing, and all these things, you're led to believe that you have to have these things in your diet, or one, you're not going to develop the muscle growth that you want, and which is totally untrue, and it's just marketing at its best. So 2 years ago, when I started looking at a whole food plant-based diet, and you know looking into the research, seeing what was out there, but then, as I was going on and looking at things and maybe trying a few things here and there, the one thing that really got me, going full gear on this, was a documentary, Forks Over Knives. So I watched that, and God, how long ago was that? I can't remember how long ago it was that I watched it, but I watched it, and then I really started diving into the foods and thinking, okay, how am I gonna do some of this stuff? And it said, okay, well, we got a regular meal plan that we show people, and all I did on the meal plan is just start taking out the meat products out of some of those meal plans, and just, you know using the vegetables and everything that were, part of that recipe or whatever it was that I had, and I just started switching that out. And sometimes I'd add something else. It could be some other type of vegetable. It could be like a portobello mushroom, stuff like that. Potatoes, the sweet potatoes, the yams. Just switching different things out, just trying different things. And then I decided to just go just all in. And that was over a year ago when I did that. And Jackie also did it too with me. She might not have been as quick as I did, but I just pulled the trigger and did it. And since that year, me and her, and some of our different results that we noticed is, to me, just blows me away. Um, I've done some different things. The first thing was I dropped a lot of weight when I first did it, and it was effortless. And it wasn't like I was like, I just did the workouts. I didn't go like, hard into it. I just did a normal workout 3 days a week, and kept it kind of mellow. I didn't go crazy with it, and I lost. It was like, what was it, 3 inches, 3 inches or a little bit more than 3 inches in the waist within that time frame, just in those few months. And you know body fat dropped. I was like kind of amazed. And so then I was like, okay, so what happens if I, up what I'm eating, but I still keep my, not not going after it hard on the cardio or anything like that, just hitting the weights every now and then, hitting some cardio, but not high intensity type stuff, and just keeping it, a moderate intensity, and not just like the HIIT training or anything. And I really started adding more food to it, just trying to really just stuff myself each day. And still, it was still like I was maintaining the weight, and I didn't gain weight. And what I noticed is that, it doing plant-based, before plant-based, I was always at around, 195, 200. If I wasn't watching myself and keeping up with my fitness and my exercise routine, I'd get up to 205, then I'd be close to 210, then I'd have to really start hitting my cardio just to get that back down. Since plant-based, I don't even have to really get into even do that. My weight stays constant, and I'm under 190. And now I'm like in the 185s, 184. Sometimes I'm out at 182. So my weight will fluctuate right into there. I think the highest I weighed myself one day was 187. And, and this has been a whole year of this. And, my joints, they feel better. I wake up refreshed. Jackie, she's noticed it. She used to have this issue on the back of her knee, like a cyst, and the doctor was saying, well, you might have to come in and have it drained, but and since the year that we've done this, she hasn't had an issue with it. It's like just gone away for her. And these are all these little things that we started noticing. I used to always get like this little rash on my elbow, and the doctor said, here's this ointment, just say it, and every now and then have to, rub this ointment on and be done. But since the year, nothing, none of that has been an issue for me. Acne, every now and then I'd get like this acne, or boy, I don't know what you want to call it, I always get it right in there. That hasn't even been happening to me. There's just so many different things. Even the way my muscles feel, I feel more flexible. I'm not like a flexible yoga type person, but more flexible to where moving quicker. You just feel better. It's I wish I could explain it better, but there's so many different things that I've noticed with me that has improved. Even my cardiovascular, and when I do exercise and I run, I notice that it seems like I could go longer, and I'm not getting as tired as I used to. So these are just things that we wanted to kind of put out there and let you all know, and start researching this, start looking at this, and like some of the foods that I'm always having. I always have rice, always have black beans, lentils, and potatoes. Those are some of the main foods. And then the greens, bok choy, spinach, kale, arugula, collard greens. Those are the type of greens I'm always having, that I'm mixing them up and having them. Now the kale, I always have the kale. I always boil it. I'll have like a handful of it that I boiled, and I have that almost every day. And sometimes I'll have it 3 times during the day. And arugula, I always have arugula. I always take a handful of that and throw that in my smoothie in the morning. Beets, I don't have beets every day, but every other day, or I'll have them, but not all the time. But I still, that's part of what I have. Bok choy, I love bok choy. I'll take hummus and put that on the bok choy and eat that. I love that stuff. And then of course the black beans. Black beans, are high in protein. Lentils, have a lot of protein. A lot of your beans have a lot of protein in them, and so I have a lot of that. But yeah, if this is something that you're thinking of, that hey, you want to try to make this change and incorporate more plant-based in your diet, ask us. um, you know, we can definitely help you and get you into that and get you motivated. Because I'll tell you something, it's been a big change in my life, and as well in Jackie's life. You know, she even wakes up more refreshed, and something that she told me about, when she wakes up, she's not feeling, that achiness or that soreness in her joints and that. And the same way with me, I don't feel that anymore, and it's and I look at that as some of the research I've looked at is that the plant based, you're not getting the inflammation like you do from the meat products. You know, and the foods I'm eating, these are foods that I want to create more nitric oxide in my blood, because the meat products, they destroy the cells, the endothelial cells in your blood vessels that create nitric oxide, and when those are destroyed, of course, then the plaque builds up, and then of course then the cardiovascular disease starts progressing. So these things that I is the reason why I do this. Um, so so yeah, ask us. We can talk to you. I know some of you are starting to incorporate more plant-based foods, and Jackie and I, we do have recipes that we also want to get out to each and every one of you. So yeah, please, when you come in, or email her or something like that, we can definitely ask those questions if that is something you're curious about. All right. So have a good Sunday, and we'll see you later. All right. Bye.